Fatality. Fatality.
Fatality. Fatality.
Fatality. Fatality. Fatality.
Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream today. We have T.E. Marshall with us, a writer of Blue Bastion.
Hello, everyone. This is TE.
So, I guess to start off with, I read a little bit about you on your Indigo page, but for everyone here, what is Blue Bastion, not who is Blue?
Also, Blue Bastion is a new science fantasy comic series that I created, and it takes place on a planet called Blue Bastion. And this planet is mostly water with just one continent, and on this continent, everybody wears what are called grain gauntlets, which are special gauntlet technology that allows them to channel all sorts of different spells.
All right. And I saw that there's no vehicles. They just use the gauntlets, or what are they racing?
Yeah, so everybody in this society uses their gauntlets to spawn their own type of vehicle. So the hero of the story, Euclid, spawns a lion called Fiona. And so he'll ride her around. And so there's no actual cars. People use these robotic creatures. Some people spawn wings instead of having an actual animal. But there's no concept of roads or cars here. There's just everybody kind of has their own means of getting around using their gauntlets.
And what are they racing for?
Also, you're talking about our hero
Yeah.
Euclid. Sample pages you see are him racing in a chariot race. And that is what's called the Path to Kingship. And that's one of the plot lines of Blue Bastion, is Euclid going down these series of races, because in Blue Bastion, every 3 years, a new king is elected, and that king is elected depending on who wins that chariot race. And so it's actually a championship that takes 3 years to complete, and then at the end, the winner becomes the king.
All right. Is there a certain reason he's trying to become king, or just because who doesn't want to be king, or?
So it's like the ultimate glory. And Euclid, he's an orphan. Him and his brother basically grew up very low income and were adopted by the capital city and put into their academy. And so Euclid, the only direction he ever got was from his coach, who during the academy put him into the chariot races. And so his whole life, his whole sole mission has been to be the best chariot racer. And the way that you prove that you're the best is by winning this competition. So he just wants to be the best in class and go out, be known for just how great he is as a chariot racer, and becoming king is the ultimate testament to that.
All right. So
What up, people? I'm here.
Oh, hey, Rod.
Rod?
What up, Mark? What's up?
So you said there was an academy. Is they all racers, or is it different things?
No, so in Blue Bastion, there's different states of the planet or the continent. So the capital is the upper class. They're about 1/3 of the whole landmass. And if you want to live in the capital, you basically have to attend the academy almost your whole life, from the age of 8 to 28. You go to this academy where you learn how to use gauntlets, and most people will end up, when they graduate, going to becoming a builder to help create products for the society. Some people will go to become an elder or a counselor in the elder temple. And so counselors are almost like politicians who help run the society. And then a small subset of people will become masters. And so the masters are the people who race the chariots. So it's actually, most people don't race chariots. They just like to watch the chariot races.
And do they have any choice of what they become, or is it like you're set in this area of school learning when you get out?
No, so you get to, when you graduate, choose what path you want to go down. You get to either become a builder, uh, a counselor, or a master.
All right, so you get to pick.
Hmm.
All right, I see there's this woman. Looks like is that his competition or who's she?
Oh, so that's Elder Avery. So Blue Bastion is run, the capital city is run by 6 elders and 1 king. And so the king rotates every 3 years, but the elders rotate every 10 years. And so Elder Avery is one of the heroes of the story, and she is one of these 6 elders that are helping to maintain the Society of Blue Bastion. And she is unofficially known as the Queen of Blue Bastion, even though there is no such role. The king position can actually be held by a male or a female. And there's no concept of queen, but she likes to call herself the Queen of Blue Bastion because she's known for how helpful she is in the society, and she's just adored by most people.
All right. Uh, is there any villains we should know about, or is it mostly just the struggle to win?
Also, the race is just one plot line. He'll have some competition there, but the main villain of the series is gonna come out around issue 3 or 4. And this is someone who lives off the grid of Capital City and is using his gauntlet just freely. So in Blue Bastion, there's a rule where every 3 years, the king decides what type of what's called a sigil everyone's going to be able to use on their left-hand gauntlet. And so there's 4 sigils: fire, water, earth, and air. And basically, when you're in the academy, you can choose to be part of a almost like a fraternity. It's a house, and you can change your house every year. And each house lets you use that particular sigil. So there's a house for each of the 4 sigils. So when you're in the academy, you get to freely try all the sigils. But then once you get out of the academy, you can only use the sigil invoked by the king. And so this villain is someone who doesn't follow these rules, and he just uses whatever sigil he wants. And he lives off the grid, and he's trying to steal from the Elder Temple some technology that would allow him to power his gauntlets longer, because these gauntlets require batteries to basically function. And these batteries are called grain cores, but they only last a few hours. And the academies or the Elder Temple is actually working on a new type of battery that could last for days. And so this villain is going to want to acquire this technology.
All right. So you said that's about issue 3 it comes out?
Yeah, we'll get a sneak. We're going to start hearing about the character, and he's going to become more of a threat as the series progresses. Right here in issue 1, the main rival is Euclid participates in a race against another master named Marty Shackle, who becomes a bigger character as the series progresses. So we kind of are going to see competition or antagonists from both who Euclid races and also who's opposing Avery's rule as an elder in the temple.
All right. And are you planning on doing like a set number of issues, or are you trying to continue on this for an ongoing series?
So I've plotted out about 7 volumes worth of stories, and each volume I plan to have about 7 issues. And this is because 7's my lucky number. If one inspiration is tarot cards, so the number 7 tarot card is the Chariot card. And so Euclid is really a representation of the Chariot here. And so everything kind of centers around this theme. So we're going to have 7 issues per volume and then 7 volumes to kind of cap out the series.
All right. So let me ask Rod a few questions about his inspiration for the art. Is there anything you want to say about your pictures?
Well, I think this comic book challenged me a lot because it's not easy to draw animals and charity races and so many details that Travis put in one page. Sometimes I need to clean up in the layouts. Uh, yeah, and I think it will be one of my best works. I'm working another comic book also, named Detective Dead. But this comic will be starting soon. I finish this project, so I will be dedicating myself totally to this. But I will be focused in only through pencil stage, and ink it will be inked by Carlos Eduardo and colored by Art Cida and letters by Priscilla. And we managed to build up a really awesome team and a group of people that is nice to work. It's not like a superstar mind kind of thing. You know what I mean? We love comic books and we love to work together for a long time. So was a great opportunity for us to have this dream come true to work together as a team. And the project is so good, man. The story is so big, like Star Wars with steampunk, with fantasy, with sci-fi, everything together. Everything that we as a nerd like to see in a comic book, I think.
All right. And you referenced a few things at the end, which kind of brings me to my next question. Like you know, at Netflix, when you get done watching the show, there's like if you like this, you would like that. Would either of you like say like if you liked a certain other show or other comic, you would like this or other kind of story, like you said, Star Wars, or you know,
Yeah.
like other things. So people who are watching, they might be like, okay, I do like that. Now I know this is something similar to what I would want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a lot of the way I'm approaching the story is not through not going too much science fiction, not too much fantasy. So it feels similar to like Star Wars or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Other inspirations, there's a little camp in there you're going to see as you get issue to issue. So for horror fans, they're going to like to see some of these panels that involve this camp that we're putting in. And then a lot of the way I'm telling the story is almost like Frank Miller-esque or like Game of Thrones, where everyone kind of has both good and bad. It's not necessarily superheroes and supervillains.
Yeah, this was one of the things that brought me into the story because I'm a little tired of the regular superhero kind of thing. Like this is the good guy, that's the bad guy. I really into like a Game of Thrones kind of plot, and I can see this in Blue Bastion a lot. We never know who is the nice guy, who is the really bad guy, and I think it's near to life, right? Everybody had a bad side. Nobody's totally superhero kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of real lifeness and duality of
Yeah,
people doing good
yeah,
things for
yeah,
bad
totally.
reasons, bad things for good reasons, and trying
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
to their goals at the end of the day.
yeah. But in this story is like pop up, like a really, really fantasy sci-fi big movie. You know what I mean?
I
But with those issues.
I do see someone in chat, Super Saiyan Saga. He asks if you guys get really popular along the down the line, would you do anime, an animated version, like a movie, TV show, something?
Travis can talk better, but I can see this because comic books for me, mostly of the people just focus in one thing to do the comic book to go to comic book conventions. I think Travis had a open mind to this and see as a uh, many things, many medias like TV shows, series, and as the story is very big, it's very big. I can see this for a long run in different medias, but Travis can talk better about it.
Yeah, nicely said, Rod. So I definitely want to see Blue Bastion on other mediums. I'm very open to telling a story in as many different ways as possible for as many different types of fans as possible. One thing I've been doing is reaching out to artists on Instagram and having them draw promotional posters. And you'll see a few of them are on the Indiegogo page, but they're really in a variety of different styles. So while the book may look one way, I'm very open to seeing the characters in different styles. And I do think anime would be a great fit. Films would be a great fit. Games, television, I'm open to all of it. And I would serve as just the vision keeper to make sure the story's not compromising it, but still fitting in each of these mediums.
And I think Travis has I have a little bit, but Travis has a lot more video game background. So he worked at a lot and is still working in a video game company. I worked for two years inside a video game company in Australia. Then I worked 4 years as a freelancer doing some concept art for many video game companies, mobile companies or AAA companies. And we always like comic books. So I think all fits together in one place.
Yeah, as Rod mentioned, for the last 10 years, I've worked in video games, mostly as a designer and producer.
And is this something you could see one day bringing to that medium, like as a game, or would you just want to stay as, move away from that genre? Maybe let someone else.
Oh, I'd love to see a game get made. I think it would be a perfect fit. We have magic. We have the ability to summon different creatures that are all robotic and can be used as different like vehicles. And you can also summon different weapon types with your gauntlets. So it really lends itself well to what we could do if we were on a video game platform.
Yeah, totally.
I don't recall if I asked, but who's the king now?
Also, issue 1 starts with a new king being crowned, whose name's going to be King Crimson. And he invokes the flame sigil. So issue 1's called A Spark of Flame, which is the coming of a new age of flame with this new king, King Crimson.
Which character would you think you are closest to in your book?
I think I'm definitely closest to Euclid. A lot of his characters comes from just having an immense drive and ambition, but not and being so focused that's the only focus, not wanting to like involve himself in other controversies or other people's particular. Like he doesn't get pulled away from his main goal, right? He's very focused. He knows exactly what he wants, and that's kind of how I'm approaching the comic. Like I'm very focused. I know exactly what this story needs to be, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes to see it come to life.
All right. Is there anything else about the story you wanted to add?
Well, one thing you're going to see is I've actually developed the world in a way where there's over 25 different distinct areas, and we have a full architectural sheet about what each one will look like. We have a wardrobe sheet for what different people wear in every area. And as the story progresses, we're going to kind of go through the whole world. So you're really going to see something come to life, almost Game of Thrones style, where you're going to be able to very much visualize this whole world and know where you are just depending on what the like buildings look like or what people are wearing. And it's going to be really fun just to see all this come to life. And then down the road, there is going to be a giant monster plot line introduced. So one inspiration is Starship Troopers. We're going to see a little bit of that come out too. Some of these type of monsters. So we're going to be kind of blending a lot of these sci-fi and fantasy stories together. And it's all going to come together really nicely down the road.
Like Starship Troopers, is it going to have like that real humorous tone to it at moments, or is it going to try to be more serious?
Through the writing, the way I've been writing it is has a little humor, mostly serious. I think Starship Troopers, the book, was very serious, and the film kind of brought out the humor. So I think in the book it's going to be more serious, but if it gets adapted for other mediums, that's always up to like what director you bring to the table, right?
Yeah. If you were to have it be made into a movie today, who would you want to star in it and direct it?
Oh yeah. So recently, we Artista drew this new cover, and Euclid looks a lot like John Cena, and I had never considered him, but now John Cena seems like a really good fit for Euclid.
Yeah, this cover is so awesome, man. Charles nailed, Artsida nails in this cover. I saw that the faces say, this can be a movie, man. This can be a movie. So good.
And then for director, I mean, the Russo brothers are killing it right now with Marvel, so they'd be like a perfect choice.
Yeah, this will be very nice to have that to the project.
And I know you're funding it on Indiegogo.com. Is there anything you guys want to talk about that process?
Oh yeah, so we have basically our campaign's going until August 26th. And really, we just want to encourage everyone to go reserve your copy. If it's $5, you'll get the PDF, or if you spend a minimum of 20, you'll get the physical book. We really need these donations to come through so we can have enough funds to get the book finished quickly. If the funds don't come through right away, it's going to take us longer to get the book to market, and we really just want people to be able to see it as soon as possible, because I think they're really going to like the book and the world we've built. So just anyone watching, please consider going to Indiegogo. All you have to do is donate $5 if that's all you can afford. But that's going to help us out a lot so that we can really get to that 7-volume arc that we want to tell. It all starts here with showing that people are interested and want to see something new. I think people may be hungry for something new because Game of Thrones and Marvel kind of ended their current phases. There's kind of a gap right now in science fantasy.
Yeah, totally.
And so I think now's a good time to just buy into what Rod and I are doing, and hopefully you guys can stick with us through the next several years so we can tell something. And I really just want to engage with the community and let them tell us what they want to see, and we'll find ways of incorporating it into what we're writing.
And that money that we are asking on Indiegogo will finance all the team. So me, the colorist, the inker, the letter, and the print. So this will be very, very good because the guys will be concentrated in just one work, because that is one of the tough parts in working with indie comics, because sometimes to have a whole income you need to split your time. You need to work in advertising gigs to make some money, fast money, and then you get back to the page, make some. And if you get this money, we can be fully concentrating on the production, so be fast, and we'll deliver it fast, the comic. And I really believe in this story. I said to Marshall very from the start that I really believe it, and I brought everyone together to work with us. And yeah, and if people can have money to help us, please share it everywhere on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Share it. This helps a lot. People don't sometimes think, I don't have money, I don't have how to help the guys. But if you share it, that's enough. That's good. That's awesome.
It does look like a really great story. I can't wait for it to come out and read it myself. And it, like you guys said, it is important to support this because, like, sometimes people will go, "Oh, I'll just wait until it comes out," but they neglect to see that it does take the money and the time, and sometimes these projects die off during those things when they don't have the support and finances. Did you guys want to talk about any like the special rewards if people want to donate more? I saw that they go up to like crazy things, like even an action figure or something.
Oh yeah, so if we got a huge amount of funding, you'll get instead of just one issue, the full volume, which is 7 issues. You'll also get some action figures and statues that we're going to work on. And so if it's a lot, it's like a pretty high goal to get to the action figure and statues, but it's possible if you guys help donate and share. And the action figure would be about 6 inches, and then the statue would be about 12 inches. And so I'd love to see all that happen, but we still would just be happy with the minimum goal to get the first issue out. But either way, your donations are going to tell us what we're able to make. And if you want to go back, if you donate higher amounts, we're going to draw you as the character. And
this is always good.
Yeah. You also get a special stamp on your book that is going to represent how rare that copy is, depending on how much you donate.
That is a nice touch. I did see that, and that definitely is a nice thing, especially for collectors. They get a first edition with something that proves it's a first edition and shows that, like, not only did they get a first edition, they supported the, making of it.
This is the most important part today, because the fans can be part of the team, giving money up front to produce the comic book, not just waiting for something and let's see. And we can chat. I have a YouTube channel also, so I will be producing pages in Streamline, so people can come together and chat with me, ask about the production of the page. In my Instagram too, just look me there, or as Rod.Luper, and we can talk about the project. I really want that all the fans be part of the team, not just giving money and then waiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is good. I always try to do that too with the comic books that I like on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I always talk with the guys, with the artists, send emails, chat. I like to participate. I like a lot of this creativity hangouts with many projects. So I invite all the fans to do that with us too. It'd be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing Rod mentioned is him drawing. So anyone who backs is going to get a link where once we're in production, you're going to be able to see Rod draw live in real time some of the pages.
Yeah, and we are planning to. I don't know if Travis put it that on Indiegogo already, but everyone that bake us, I think $25, right? Will have a chance to win original art from the comic. So you back us there with $25, and you have the opportunity to win the original art.
Who doesn't like to win stuff?
Free stuff. Because I will don't sell some of my originals for less than $200 or $305. So yeah, I think it'll be good. I think we have a lot of good adventure in this book.
Yes, and I'm gonna link all your stuff below in the description. So if anyone wants to, find him or
Thanks a lot.
and the Indigo, all the stuff, it will be linked in the description so you guys can get to it. If anyone has any questions, type them in the chat right now, and we'll ask them. Do you guys have anything to say while people are coming up with questions, or?
Travis.
Well, I'm just happy with the team we put together. So I originally found Rod on Reddit, having advertised the services, and I linked up with him, and he helped me find the rest of the team. So him, Carlos, Priscilla, they're all great. I love working with these people. They're all really nice.
And you doesn't talk. We have a meeting here in Brazil. Travis came here a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
we have a dinner, and it was so awesome, and all the team together was so cool.
Yeah, really, we'd been working together for months. We hadn't actually met each other, so it was great to.
Travis had a little caipirinha from Brazil. He drinks a little bit, and we have a beer. It was so nice.
Oh yes, I love those caipirinhas.
All right. Patrick asks, how long did it take you to come up with this concept?
Oh yeah, so I've been working on the story for over a year and a half now. I'd been working on it for a year before I hired Rod. That's why a lot of the detail of the world is there. I didn't just start writing something and then try to figure out the way the world would look after. I started with kind of building out the world and the characters really in depth before I even started writing the first issue. And so now that it's been a year and a half, I feel very strongly about where it's going and how everything looks. And I think people are going to really see that when they turn the pages.
Yeah, this is very important for us, penciler. When you have a good solid structure of plot and story and characters, this helps a lot. We did some concept art for the main two characters, and it took it, I think, almost 1 month or two, just to put the right face on the main characters. And this high up the level of art more professionally. And he came, this kind of thing happened because me and him have a lot of background on video games, on pre-production. So in video games, it take 5 years to produce a game, a AAA game. And at least 1 year is just concept, 1 year or two is just concepts and plot. We did a similar thing in comic books, of course, shorter, but we did this kind of mentality to the project.
All right. And Target Tech wants to know what element of your work gives you the most personal satisfaction, both as writers and artists.
Well, for me, all I do is type down the words, right? So seeing it actually drawn by Rod and the team, that every time I see a new page or a new character, I just get so excited. It's like the best. Yeah,
totally excited.
It's like when I come home with a new email from one of the team and it's a new piece of art, I'm just like, oh my God. And it's just like, it makes the rest of my day good.
Yeah, for me, I haven't been on the road for a long time, so I drew almost everything that you can imagine, even erotic art to pay some bills. So when I have a project like that, I want to be challenged, and one of those challenges was to draw animals that I stay a lot of time without draw animals, and this book I will have to draw animals all the time. So this brought me attention, and I stay very happy when I do properly, because sometimes I try to draw animal, and if you don't put the line on the right spot, it doesn't work. So I'm pretty happy to be challenged on those pages. And I like the freedom that I have with Travis. This is something that is not normal on those gigs. Sometimes the writer have something in mind and he wants that way, and doesn't work on paper on the page. And Travis is very open, so it's very fun to work with him. I like it a lot, and the rest of the team. I worked for many years together with them. So it's like a rock band. It's like to be in a rock band. Travis writes a song, then we play guitars and drummers, and everything goes smoothly. And it's not just I'm crazy to see this printed, colored book letters, and read all the story as a comic book.
Well, the animals do look amazing. I'll tell you that.
Oh, thanks, man.
And the god's been singing your praises in chat the whole time. He is curious to what platform do you use for your art chat or projects. I'm assuming he means like media, like do you sketch or use digital or.
Yeah, I started just making the layouts on iPad Pro using Procreate app, but So I start to make the layouts, then I print it out in blue. I make the sketch on regular paper, and I finish the page in light table. But it was taking too long to finish a page, so I cut one of the steps, and I start to draw everything on my iPad Pro. I not everything, but at least the rogue face. I put all the perspective, anatomy, uh, action panels, everything together. And sometimes I send to Travis, or sometimes I feel confident and say, no, I think I can clean up the page. And I like to have the paper in the end, the original one. And I still enjoy to work with pencil. I think digital art is not so close. I feel that Procreate and iPad Pro is very, very close, but I still like the sound of the paper, the graffiti on the paper. I have a pleasure to work with that. So I always try. This is the pencil cover.
Very nice.
So yeah, this is my process basically.
All right. And you guys kind of answered this earlier, but Paintballer uh asked if you pulled any inspiration from like Hermes or Flash Gordon. Seagal mentioned He-Man, the Master Universe. Like, did you pull any inspiration from those late back things, or is those too old?
I definitely like those. Not necessarily. Looking though, Euclid did come out looking like he was inspired by He-Man, but really the actual concept for Euclid very much based on the tarot card, the Chariot, as I mentioned. So that was on the sheet I passed over to Rod. The Chariot tarot card has the long flowing blonde hair, but then we wanted to kind of modernize the hairstyle, so we lopped off half of Euclid's hair, so he's got the part over this way, so that he's not just a spitting image of that card. He's something new, right?
All right. And is there anything else you guys would like to add before we go, or?
Well, please, people, help us there on Indiegogo. This book will be awesome. I can guarantee. And if you don't have money or anything, share it. That will help us a lot. And come together in my YouTube channel, on Instagram. Let's chat, comments, ask me anything about the project. I'll be there all the time.
Yep. Same with me.
Thanks for all support.
Yeah, same here. I want to make myself available to tell people more about the project. So anyone could reach out to me on any of the social medias. If you go on the Indiegogo page, there's links at the top to all of our social medias. Shoot us a message. I'll answer. I'm happy to answer all questions. And we're asking for your help here so we can, start something really special. And we hope you're going to stick with us along the way.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for your time today. I hope.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, everyone. It is very important, if you are interested in that, to go support them. I'll link everything in the description below, or it will be in Discord. They play PUBG. I don't know. I didn't ask them. You should have asked that before. I didn't even think about asking them what video games they played. Should have asked them that. What was this mic? Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to end the stream now. We will be back in a little bit with PUBG. It was cool, Catrix. So I'm just going to end it. And we'll restart the stream in a few minutes.
thanks for all the fish. So sad that it should come to this. We tried to warn you all, but oh dear.
The world's about to be destroyed. There's no point getting all annoyed.
Lie back and let the planet dissolve.
If I had just one last wish, I would like a tasty fish.
So long, so long, so long, so long, so long.
So long, so long, so long, so long, so long.
So long, so long, and thanks for
See you next week. Same bat time, same bat station.